What's up there, SEO pros? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I was able to actually rank #1 for fishing tips and beginner fishing tips with a local website back when I was working for an SEO agency when I first started out. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step system. I'm going to show you the exact tool I used, how much money I actually made from this for the client, and I'll be sharing with you how you can do this as well if you're looking to rank a local client for national keywords. So this is a local tutorial, obviously, that I'm actually talking about because I will be sharing with you guys today a new local program that's closing in 2 hours. And what this is it's like a university program. I'm super excited. We have over 30 people in it right now. And what it is it's a classroom environment. We have a few seats left where you guys can come in. We're going to do a couple classes a week. I'm going to give you a grade at the end of the program. It's about a month long. And hopefully by the end of it, you're going to have a website locally ranking. You're going to understand how to generate your own local leads, how you can actually sell audits on a local level. All kinds of crazy stuff. I would check out the landing page here. I'll put the link in the description. And it's going to, again, end in about 2 hours. So once it's closed, you can't get in. I'm not letting anybody else in. Once we get the next couple spots closed, I'm actually going to be taking this page down. So if you're seeing the page and you're still able to get in, I would get it while the spots are available because, again, we already have a huge amount of people in here. And I'm super excited for all the people who have joined because I cannot wait to do this classroom type environment where we're going to actually be training you on how to do local. But either way, again, let me get into how I actually did this. And welcome everybody in chat. So here we go. Pelican Alaska Fishing. You can see here they're not ranking #1 for fishing tips anymore. They're actually #4. But this is a local SEO client that was generated from or by a company called First Click Inc., which is the first agency I ever worked at. And the way I got the job there, just in case you guys don't know, is I actually got hired by them after outranking them on Google. So I outranked them on Google and I got a job offer. They said, hey, Chase, how about you work for us? Give us our ranking back and we will go ahead and hire you. And I was making about $50,000 a year right out of the gate. And one of the clients we got was this local fishing lodge, Pelican Alaska Fishing. And you can see when we started, again, I started about 2016, I believe it was in December, and they had no traffic. They weren't ranking for anything. And so we were trying to rank them for things around Alaska, like Alaska fishing trips, Alaska fishing lodge, these different keywords. And one of the ideas was, let's do an expert roundup. And what an expert roundup is, it's something that I used to do all the time because they're so easy to rank. And a lot of the big SEO companies you'll see, they use these expert roundups as a way to, 1, get free content, 2, get free backlinks, and 3, get a bunch of social signals. So the essence of an expert roundup is basically you're trying to reach out to a bunch of other websites, and you're trying to find the emails for these websites, the people who own the websites, and you're going and getting a tip from those website owners around whatever the subject is. So ours was fishing tips. Now, obviously, the way I found out if fishing tips was a good keyword is I did some research, and actually I did use SEMrush back in the day for this, and I did find that beginner fishing tips was a easy keyword to rank for. The difficulty wasn't too high. There wasn't a lot of people competing for it. And one of the ways that you can really tell if the expert roundup is going to be efficient is really just going and taking the page that's ranking. So or the pages that are ranking, look up the keyword and see what has the most tips. So you can see here we have 10 fishing tips, 38. Over here we have, keep going down, 34, 49. So I figured out back when we made this post that the most tips that were out there at the time was about 15 to 20 tips. So I thought, okay, well, let's put up 34. Let's put as many as we can to kind of bring in more content around what we're doing, because generally tip-based posts, if something's ranking as a tip-based post, it's easy to outrank the thing that's prior to that if it has, 1, a low difficulty, and 2, if there's not really as much content out there at the moment. So if you want to rank for the top SEO tools, and let's say there's a list of 50, then try to make 100. It's kind of basic, and this is, again, one of the more basic things you can do to rank. So once you identify the keyword you want to rank for, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and head over to a tool like Pitchbox. Now, Pitchbox is a tool that I found out about 3 years ago, and this tool is actually one of the higher end tools on the market. This is if you're really looking to scale your outreach, get a bunch of people, get a bunch of people's emails, be able to contact a ton of websites at once. The solution, this business solution, is expensive. I think it's like $3,000 a year or something, which is comparable to some tools online. So if you are making enough money off of it, it could be worth, especially if you're going to be selling these expert outreach posts as a sort of product for your clients. And honestly, I know a few people who actually sell these expert roundups. They get about 50 to 100 tips, and they sell them to business owners of websites for about $1,500 a post. So you can justify getting this tool, obviously, if you could find a few people that want to buy an expert roundup post. Sort of like how we did it with this fishing lodge. And obviously, you know, if they're going to bring in a bunch of traffic from it and get a bunch of lodge trips booked because now they're ranking for a big keyword, usually worth it. So here's how it works. So in Pitchbox, you're going to go sign in, obviously, and then all you have to do is press New Project. And again, if you're not familiar with outreach tools, it's not extremely difficult to use them. It's just it takes a second to kind of get a hang on what you have to do in order to kind of streamline your process. A lot of it has to do with conditional formatting. I'll show you in a second. So you just name your project. We're going to call it, let's say we want to get all the top tips for SEO. So SEO tips 2020. And just to put things in perspective for you guys, I actually am making a post right now for the top tips for SEO in 2020. So if I go to top SEO, actually I think it's on my other account. Let's go into here. All you do really is you just get a Google form like this one, and you put all the questions you want, like, you know, what's your top SEO tip? What's your name? What's your company? What's your website URL? What's your email? And then you take all of these answers and you plug them into your website. It's pretty simple. It's just free content. And the reason why it's also basically free backlinks and free social signals is because all the people who are in this article are going to want to link to it. They're going to want to share it. So it's pretty easy. Now, how you get people to answer these forms for you to basically feed you free content. The way you do it is you go into this post or new project, and you're going to put in all your information for your business, scroll down, select the email you want to send from. I wouldn't send from the main domain that you're working on. I usually set up a separate domain for this, or even get like a .net instead of a .com for your domain. We'll just say Chase Reiner SEO. And all you do is press create campaign. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. Now, people use this tool for different things, whether they want to do link building, whether they want to do, guest posting on other people's websites. There's all types of things you can do. Whether you want to ask for links to get removed, you can basically download all your links from tools like SEMrush, and you can use that as a way to go ahead and automatically outreach to people for those links that are on other websites. So I'm not going to show you how to do that. I'm just going to do something called Blogger Outreach. It's something that I used for this project. And basically what it does is you press create, and it lets you see all of the different blogs that are ranking for the keywords you're looking for. So if I want tips around SEO, I can look up things like SEO, techniques, something that's similar, something that they've already written about. I could put all the suggestions in here. It doesn't really matter too much because you're going to get a whole lot of websites no matter what. Okay, so now we'll press next after it loads all these keywords. You can also switch to bulk keyword input if you already have your list of keywords you want to use. Now what's going to happen is Pitchbox is going to go out and crawl all these websites off of Google and find their emails, and not even just their emails, but their social accounts, anything that it can find about these people that own these websites. So you can see here, we're getting Moz.com, backlinko.com, all the big SEO websites, and then it'll also find more niche sites too. So once it loads, you're going to set up your templates. You can actually set up your templates beforehand. And now this is the only really tricky part. What you're doing here, and this is the cool thing about Pitchbox, is you can go ahead and load these pre-built offers. So we have the Godfather offer, get to the point, the call me maybe. These are all different ways of automatically pulling information from the websites and including it in the email. So here we go. We got, the basic pitch. So we'll just click on that. And what you do is, in order to test it, you just take whatever name you have in here. So your name, Chase, or their name. So my name is Chase. It's going to take my blog name, chasereiner.com. Topic, SEO, and explain your article a little. Top tips for SEO in 2020. Now, obviously, if it was for phishing, we would change it to phishing. You get the point. So you press import, and here you can see it says the basic pitch. This is the subject line that gets pulled for it. So it says, oh, thank you, by the way, Steve, for joining. Steve, I didn't get the last name, but again, we only have a few spots left. So if you guys are getting in, there's like literally maybe 2 or 3 spots left. All right, so here we go. Article contribution for the blog name. So it just takes the blog name that it finds. And this is what it says. So it says, dear, if it finds their first name, it's going to say their first name. Otherwise, it's going to say hello. So instead of saying dear, I'm just going to say, hey, first name. It says, my name is Chase, and I'm a writer for chasereiner.com. I wanted to, I won't say I write, I'll just say I own chasereiner.com. I wanted to talk to you about your contributing to an article to your blog. I don't know if you accept article contributions. So this is a guest post outreach, but I'm just showing you how it works. I've been working on a piece about SEO, which I know you've written about before. My article would explain so on and so on. So instead of doing that, we're going to use this template, which I'll actually put in the description of this video so you can use it. But this is the template I use for basically all of my outreach articles for expert tips. So this one works a little bit better because it dynamically replaces their name and stuff in the subject line and their blog name. So that way it just you want to have the subject line and everything catered as much as possible so you don't hit spam filters. So here you can see it says, hi, my name is Chase Reiner, and it goes to my Facebook profile, so now I'm a real person. It says, you may be familiar with my YouTube channel here, and it'll link to my channel. I have a bit of authority in the SEO niche. Without wasting any of your time, I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in contributing to an article I'm creating. I would, of course, link back to your website and share the article with my audience if you could just leave your top tip for SEO in 2020. All I need is a few sentences to a paragraph or more. If you like it, let me know what you think. And then I even put my phone number and all my contact info. So what's going to happen is now that I send this out, it's going to look really catered, and you can actually test and see what it looks like beforehand. So, this would pull their blog. Let's just say it's SEO blog. And let's say their name is Steve. So we'll press next, and this is what it would look like. So subject line says, hey, Steve, SEOblog.com. Steve, my name is Chase Reiner, so on and so on. So this works very well. I get a very high response rate on this. I get a lot of people who are actually willing to leave tips on my posts. And, some of my posts will get hundreds of tips, and it's just free content. I rank it really easily, and I get all these links pointing back to it and these social signals. So if you could do one of these a month and automate it, not only for your own company, but for your clients, super easy to do, and you can pay people to do this for you. So again, you're going to press Save Template. Once it's saved, you're going to go into the prospecting. So again, this and the prospecting is probably the hardest part. After that, after you learn it, you're done. You have it set up. So one thing you can actually do is you can set up follow-up. So if they don't respond, you can add a second attempt, say, hey, just want to make sure you got this, whatever. I usually just do one. If they don't see it the first time, I just move on. So here we go. We're going to go into the actual outreach now. So we're going to go back to our campaigns. Here we go. We got blogger outreach. It's still about 30% prospected. Once it's finalized, what's going to happen is there's going to have these check boxes in here. And what you can do is you can actually choose a amount of emails that you want to send emails to. So if you want to send an email, let's say you want to send to 10 of the emails found on the website, let's say you just want to send to 1, it'll actually show you what the best emails are for sending. It'll actually score the emails based on the social profiles found for those emails based on all this other data. So let me let this load. I'm going to answer some questions in chat really quick. What's up, Sean? What's up, Justin? D Savior says, I bought the course. What should I know as a prerequisite, and what tools should I download so I will be a good student? So the only thing you're going to need is you're going to need a domain, you're going to need hosting. That's it. Everything else, you should be good to go. Maybe some sort of keyword research tool like Google Keyword Planner or SEMrush, just to check out your sort of search rates in your area, because we are going to be targeting local. And basically, we're going to try to get you your first local ranking by going step by step, creating the website, setting it up, putting the content on it, and building the citations, all the things that you're going to want to do. One of the things, you might want to build citations with like Citation Builder Pro, but you can also do it manually. But hey, thanks for the support, by the way. Everybody who's in the program, I just want to say thanks so much. One other thing that I'm going to also be doing for those of you who are waiting to get the other programs, like the bundle with all of the different courses that I created, I'm actually going to be shutting down everything. So once this sale is over at the end of the today, well, it's actually in 2 hours, what's going to happen is I'm just going to shut down everything. The only time you can get in is if I reopen it back up. Obviously, if you want to pay the premium for these, this is the special deals on them right now. They're normally like a couple $1,000 for all the programs. So if you want to get in, you don't want to miss the cutoff line, I would get it now. Is the local SEO course starting today? I just got an email. So right now we are polling everybody and asking them what are the best times for you to meet. Chase, please check my message on Facebook. I will in a bit when I'm done with this. So it's almost done. So one other thing is you want to figure out how you're going to streamline this. So again, what you can do is obviously you can set up this Google Sheet. That's going to just be a way for you to capture all of the responses. But you're also going to want to find somebody that can do all the prospecting for you, because you're not going to want to go into Pitchbox all the time unless you're selling this as a service to people. So the way you streamline this is you go to something like Upwork and you look for people that can do Pitchbox prospecting. So you just go into Upwork, you go to the search, type in Pitchbox, and you look for people that actually know this. You can find people for literally like $3 an hour. These people are way too expensive. You can find people that are like $3 an hour. You can even train them. Just look up for people like data entry. And then all you're doing, like the main bulk of this work, is going through and marking all of the emails that you want to send to, because the prospecting is the most annoying part. And the reason for this is because when you're going through and sending emails to all these different websites, you have to only select a couple people. You don't want to send out, an email to 10 different people. Your quota is going to be used up really fast because you only have a certain amount of emails you can send on this platform per month. So instead of doing 1,000 emails at once to like one, like a handful of websites, you have to go through it and manually choose the best prospect for each thing, for each tip. And obviously the more authoritative the website is and the more, authoritative the person is, the harder to get a hold of that person is. Then you can also even have that person that's prospecting for you go and outreach to them on something like social media, because you can actually see the social profiles. So look, here you can see we have 1,000 opportunities, meaning 1,000 different websites. And here they are. So if you have a little flag next to it, that means that you've already reached out to this project before. That way you kind of know not to reach out to them again. So what I'll do is I will first sort by contacts. So what I'll click on contacts, filter them from 0 and on. And anything that has 0 on it, 0 contacts, that means that you just need to delete it. Obviously, you can go to their website and try to find their contact form. I think F actually means if there is a contact form. But I don't want to do any of that because that's just too manual. So I'm actually going to delete these different opportunities. We'll just press delete. And you're going to keep deleting them until you start finding websites that have an email on them. Keep going through. One other thing is, if you guys do want to see in the future how I use Pitchbox or Scrapebox to actually contact websites that have contact forms on them with robots, I'll make another tutorial for that as well. So we'll just keep deleting till we find one. Here we go. Now we're at 1. So what you're going to do is you're going to just go ahead and select all of these ones that have 1 contact, because look, if they have 1 contact on them, that's great. You don't have to worry about overlap. You don't, and so if I click on this, I can actually see what the email is. I can see the DA, the PA, the Moz rank, the everything, spam score, the amount of keywords this page is ranking for. And then if I keep scrolling over, I believe I can also see the blog name, recent blog posts. I can even click onto this website, I believe, as well to show me. Well, let me show you. So we'll move to personalization, all the ones with 1 contact. We'll go to personalize. And now in here, when you click personalize, you can actually, whoops, that looks like a virus site. Let's go back, go into this one, personalize. Maybe it's just because it's through Pitchbox or something. Yeah, it looks like it's just through Pitchbox. So it loads the preview of the site, and you can actually change certain things like the blog name, the recent blog post. You know, you could change the first name and the last name so that it automatically contacts the person. So like Jeffrey, if we want to just like assume that that's the person who's running the site, now it'll take their name and post it, put it in the post. So now if we press submit to compose, you can see here in compose, once you have a whole list of these, all you have to do is just select up here, launch automation sequence, and it'll start sending out the emails. Boom, that easy. And then once you get all these emails sent, it'll show you how many emails have been sent. I'll show you a previous one of these that I've done. Let's do one for top tips for auditing a website, or let's see, top tips for SEO. So look, we have, it was a little while ago, so I actually don't know how many were sent, but looks like there's a 23% response rate, which is insane. So that means with cold email, 23% of the people responded to my email that opened it. That's like unreal. So look at, these are all the responses. Chase just following up to see if you got my contribution. Nice to know. Here's the tip. Sure, I'll participate. So then you just have somebody go through and just press the respond button on these. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks for the tip, right? And then at the end of the post, you just take all these, send them an email at once, bulk email them all. And now you're getting a ton of shares from other website owners who have social followings. They're going to be linking to you, helping you rank higher, so on and so on. So, I mean, this is a super crazy way of getting rankings basically for free, content for free. You can do this literally every month with new angles. You know, let's say month 1 you do SEO, month 2 then you can do social media, month 3 you could then do Google Analytics. There's tons of websites that you can target that are ranking for different keywords where you just get free content constantly. And obviously I also use this with my own groups and stuff. So like people on my YouTube channel, people on my Facebook group, people on my Discord channel. So, you know, at a certain point you can basically automate all of your content, or most of your content, just by doing these expert roundups and doing outreach and just building a ton of authority by networking with these other business owners. Do we have any questions so far, guys, in chat? Let me know if you guys missed anything, if you want to learn about anything. So, by the way, for the new local program, for the people who are in it, looks like the best times for you guys would be 5 p.m. Colorado time, after 7 p.m. UK time, 3:30 p.m. EST. So, if you are in the program, the new local course, make sure you check your email and respond to it and let me know, you know, what are the best times for you guys to meet, because I'm going to make sure that, you know, everybody does, I try to get, you know, a class time that works for everybody, so that you guys can be there and, you know, obviously attend the class, ask questions, show up, you know, on camera, that kind of thing. All right, guys, so that's it for today. Looks like we don't have any questions. So, you know, hopefully I'll see you very soon. I'm excited to see you in the new course. And until I do, happy SEOing. Make sure you leave a like on this video if you haven't done so already. And go ahead and send me an email. I'm at chaserenner.com if you have any other questions that I didn't answer today. So until I see you next time, happy SEOing. Bye.